Yeah, last week, you know that. Early in the game, and Ridge came back to make it a good game.
These two teams played last week in Calgary. It was a big game. 7-6 was the final. RATH able to take the win. Yeah. We are live here at Leduc, so the NRL, they're just about to do their warm-up. As I was saying, it's the Rocky Mountain Rage versus the Calgary RATH for the National Ringette League. So this is their second time playing, as we were mentioning. They played last weekend in a pretty big game. 7-6 was the final. RATH over the Rage. I was looking at the lineup between the two teams. They have 18 players that have played on Team Canada, either for junior national, senior national, recently or in the past. So quite a lot of players here. Sydney Rock, we're going to be keying on tonight. She is number 17 for the Calgary RATH, and she recently just got back from Finland as part of Junior National Team Canada.
That's Tessa Galandi. So she was also in Finland there a couple weeks ago, playing for the junior team?
Junior Team Canada, yeah. Number 7, Tessa Galandi on the Rage. So quite a lot of players that were on the junior national team are playing tonight, either for the Rocky Mountain Rage or the Calgary RATH. And quite a few players have played in the past, like years past, or in the senior team. I think I counted almost 18 players between the two teams that were on the junior national team at some point, seniors or juniors.
Yeah, and a lot of these players actually grew up playing together since they're probably U10.
Yeah. All right, so we just had a game between WHAM and BC Thunder, so 1-2, which was an exciting game that ended up in a shootout. I believe WHAM won in overtime. So they are now 8-0 on the season. BC Thunder is in second place, 6-2, but you do notice some of the teams haven't played as many games, and that's due to the scheduling, the way it works out. Not all teams get to play every weekend. Like the Manitoba Herd aren't here this weekend. So they aren't getting any games in as the other teams play down. So another hub later on, the Herd will be there, and then one of the other teams won't be. So.
Yeah, they got to play 24 games. So by the end of the year, everybody catches up to everybody.
Yeah, it all evens out by the end. Everybody plays the same amount of games, but standings. And that's another interesting thing about the NRL. You don't age out, so you can keep playing as long as you want. And some of these girls are 10 years older than the rookies that are coming in this year. All right, so if you haven't watched Ringette before, it's a pretty exciting, fast sport. There's 5 players on the ice at all times, center, 2 forwards, and 2D. And then the goaltender, so I guess 6. The main rule that kind of confuses people a lot is that they have to pass across blue lines instead of taking the ring or puck across as they do in hockey to prevent the offside. So passing across the blue line, so you need a player on the other side to prevent an offsides scenario, or a carryover as they call it in Ringette. The other kind of neat thing is that they have a shot clock, so they don't have unlimited time to do something with the ring. In 30 seconds, they have to take the ring from their own goaltender or a free ring, wherever it may be, and they have to get a shot on net. If the ring comes out, bounces out of the crease, then they get a reset on the shot clock, and they can try to recover that ring Kind of similar to basketball in that way with a shot clock where they have to move it around, and that really keeps the game moving quickly, exciting for the fans, and doesn't have a lot of slow time as you can sometimes see in other sports when they can hold possession and not stay in their own zone or not move it. So it looks like the teams are just finishing their warm-up. They're doing a little cheer to pump themselves up. Every team has their own kind of unique little gathering at the bench before the game starts. So looks like these two teams are fired up. The Calgary RATH are going to be in white today, and the Rocky Mountain Rage are in their dark jerseys, which I believe are dark blue. It's kind of hard to see.
For us color-blinded people, it's black.
Us old people, it looks black.
Black with orange white trim.
Yeah. So we are getting started here. It looks like the RATH are going to be starting with the ring. That's Ava Will, I believe, going to take the free ring at center ice. 13 minutes a quarter in Ringette, and they play 4 quarters. There'll be a break at the halftime where they flood the ice. Ava Will kicks it out to Gillespie, number 2 for the RATH. Looking for an open player in the zone. Behind the back pass is picked up by Cowley of the Rage, and Cowley can't connect with Galandi, so Armstrong's going to grab it right back for the RATH. She's able to find Hemstreet. Hemstreet's going to take it into the corner, passes it back to Gillespie. Gillespie with a quick shot, high and away. Looks like Ava Lott is in net for the Rocky Mountain Rage. Brown with a shot, so that was a reset, trying to get the rebound. She got the shot clock reset, and the ring comes out to the Rage. The Rage can't hang on. Good check there by Brown to knock the stick out of the ring, and RATH are able to recover. Now that's Wheeler. RATH is making a change. Wheeler's fresh off the bench.
Looks like Wheeler's playing center. She was playing defense this morning.
Hung with a shot. Good save by Lott. Ring bounces into the corner, picked up by Brewster, so RATH get a fresh 30 seconds on the clock. Brewster's going to cycle behind the net, wait for things to set up. Open is Ung. Ung goes to the backhand, makes the move, and gets it into the top corner. Goal for the RATH. That was 1 minute and 13 seconds in. So that was a really great pass from Brewster. She saw that Ung was open inside the triangle there, close to the crease, and Ung made a nifty move to beat Lott for the first goal of the game.
Waited the goalie out there.
All right, so there's Rage now with their first solid possession of the game, and they kick it into the corner. Marlborough is going to get there first for the RATH, and it's frozen. So that's another unique rule in Ringette. If you don't move the ring, I think the ref gives you 3 to 5 seconds to move it, and they call it move it or lose it. So Marlborough, unable to move the ring, is going to turn it over to the Rage. Valencourt's going to start with it. Valencourt passes it back to Sauer. Sauer is one of the captains of the Rage. And a pass is intercepted by Ung. Ung couldn't stab it cleanly. She blocked the pass but couldn't grab control, so the Rage are able to recover. Now that's Clappy with it. Clappy passing it across, and that doesn't connect either. Meyer picks it up. Meyer for the RATH is out. And Hemstreet had her stick checked. Meyer comes in to help out. Grabs the ring, sends it in. Quick pass to Brewster. Brewster can't handle the bouncing ring. Nobody can grab it. Now the Rage grab it.
Seems to be some WD-40 on that ring. Nobody can stab it.
Pretty bouncy right now. Oh, that's Wagner with it, number 15 for the Rage. They're setting up in the offensive zone. They have 20 seconds on their shot clock, dropping it for Cowley, number 21. I believe that was Klimke with the ring, and now Galandi with the backhand shot. Looks like Harvey's in net, I believe, for the RATH. Harvey throwing it behind the net for Rock. Rock turns the other way. Number 17 passes it over to Marlborough. Marlborough up through center ice finds Anderson. Anderson is immediately checked, had a lot of pressure there, couldn't find anything, and they're going to call a penalty on Anderson.
Yeah, looks like she can get a tripping call here.
Yeah. Anderson got her stick in the legs of the Rage player, and is going to go think about it in the box for 2 minutes. 10-11 left in the first quarter. Rage gets possession in the offensive zone anytime a penalty is called against the RATH. Looks like Klimke's going to start with it for the Rage. Klimke passes it back. Now Galandi has it on her stick. Galandi tries to break through. Turned away by Hazel. Galandi circles back. Looks backhand pass out in front for Cowley. Cowley has to take it off the backhand and recycles. Takes the shot looking for a big rebound and finds it as the ring bounces all the way out to the Ringette line. Now Galandi is going to slow things down, wait for some people to change. Sowers off the bench. And there is Oda Florian, number 22. Oda Florian tries to center it out in front. That's intercepted by Hazel. Hazel takes the ring behind her own net, trying to find some room up ice and gets it up to Brown. Really tricky part of Ringette is having a player in the box. You're down a player, so you can't make that pass across the blue line as easily when you're short one player. So now Wheeler has it set up in the offensive zone. RATH likely to cycle it here a bit and use up as much of the shot clock as they can to kill some of the penalty. 4 seconds left on the shot clock. Wheeler with a shot. The rebound is there, and the defender puts it back into the crease. I believe that was Donhauer for the Rage. Now the Rage with a long lead pass up the ice. Ung is able to get there first for the RATH. Looking for Brown. Give and go opportunity here, but things didn't quite develop as Rage covered up on defensively quite well. The triangle set up, and it's now up to the RATH to break through. Meyer with a shot, heads into the corner, didn't get on net. Now Armstrong with a big shot, gets the rebound comes out, and then the defender pushed it back in. So another rule in Ringette, for those who are new, is the goalie only has 5 seconds to send the ring out of the crease to one of the players. And in this case, Dave Alott couldn't find somebody within 5 seconds, so it's going to be a turnover. RATH is going to pick up the ring in the offensive zone.
Got 8 seconds left in that penalty there, Anderson there.
Oh, pass across. Meyer saw Ung, but Ung couldn't stab it cleanly. Picks it up off the boards. Now circles around. Penalty is over, so we're back to even strength. 5-on-5 Ringette. Gillespie tried to get it across. Good stick by Pegan to block that pass. And now Galandi streaking up, trying to get there. She does. Great save by Harvey. Good play by the Rage to get a quick transition and a almost breakaway there. Was a great opportunity. Now Rage still pressing. Another good shot, saved by Harvey. Harvey's going to throw it behind the net for Marlborough. Marlborough turns the brakes and goes the other way. Marlborough gets picked off on the pass, and now it's a bit of a scramble for the ring. Hemstreet is able to come away with it. 3 players on, and she's tripped up, but no call. Marlborough grabs the ring behind the RATH net and is going to circle up the left side this time. Backhand pass to Ung. So the Rage, Brewster didn't see the ring, looked the other way as the ring went behind her. Now Fitzpatrick is going to pick it up for the Rocky Mountain Rage. Alphen, give and go back to Fitzpatrick. No, Pegan picks it up off the boards. Pegan's going to slow things down as the Rage change. Sauer comes on. Now the forwards are changing. They got Valencourt in. And Oda Florian. Oda Florian with the ring now, passes back to Sauer. They're looking for an opening, can't find it. They circle back, shot, makes it towards the net. They get the reset, and it's a scramble for the ring. Ung trying to stick it, and Valencourt is able to get there first.
Sauer used the defense as a screen and hopefully catch the goalie off guard there.
Yeah. Oda Florian now finds Sauer. 18 seconds on the Rage shot clock. They did get a reset there. Trying to get a pass through, broken up by Rock, and a reset given. Now the ring comes out of the zone to Dick. Dick sends it back to Valencourt. Valencourt takes it behind the net. And Rage are going to get in another change on this pressure in the offensive zone. Ung now grabs a bouncing ring, has a couple players on, sends it back to Rock. Cowley there, putting pressure on. Rock gets checked. Cowley steals the ring, takes the shot. Great save by Harvey. got a blocker on it, I believe.
Yeah, Rage is putting a lot of pressure on the RATH right now.
Yeah, the RATH can't get it out of their zone. Big shot there. Kick save off of Harvey's pad. Klimke, Pegan, and scores. Sneaks it under the pad. You could kind of feel that coming. RATH could not get it out of the zone, and Rage just kept pushing. And they are rewarded for the pressure. Yeah, so that was Pegan with a long shot out. Just sneaks it under the pads of Harvey.
Yeah, finds the 5-hole there. Keeps it along the ice. Those are usually the hardest to save.
Yeah, it's kind of tricky in Ringette. The ring is a little bit skinnier.
Coming up, we got January 10th and 11th in Burlington, January 17th, 18th in Winnipeg. So we got an East Hub and a West Hub coming up in January.
All right, back here, Sauvé in tight, gets a shot off. Lott makes the save. Lott looking for somebody to pass to and couldn't find anybody, so that 5-second violation is going to cause a turnover. The ring heads back to the RATH in the offensive zone. Gillespie's going to be starting with it for the RATH. Gillespie waiting for the whistle and then sends it out to Meyer. Meyer's going to look for an opening, setting up on a play. Backhand pass to Brown. Brown backhand pass to Gillespie. Gillespie has nowhere to go. Circles out. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Gillespie looking for a lane. Gets through. Gets the shot off. Ava Lott. Nice save. Square to the ring. Brown is fighting for it. And I believe Alton sat on the ring, so that's going to go back to the RATH with a fresh 30 seconds on the shot clock. Everybody changes, both teams. And now Ung's going to start with the ring, and Aaron Ung, number 10. Bouncing it off the boards. There's Hemstreet. Hemstreet thought she had an opening, got it to Ung, and Ung is tripped up. Loses the ring, and Rage are able to recover. That's Pegan with it. Pegan sends it up to Donhauer. Donhauer flying through the neutral zone, had her stick checked at the last minute, and ring ends up on the stick of Hemstreet. Hemstreet finds Ung. Ung has to throw it back into her own defensive zone. Now finds Armstrong. Armstrong to Ung. Ung couldn't stick it cleanly, and the Pegan's able to pick it up. Battle for the ring. Hemstreet grabs it.
Yeah, Hamish is going to settle down here to get organized.
Yeah, it looks like the RATH is going to change. They're sending three players to the bench. And off the ref skates, I believe. Not sure if Wheeler intended to do that, but Sauvé able to pick it up. Sauvé drop pass to Anderson. Anderson over to Sauvé. Sauvé on the backhand. Has something. Thought she had some net. Put it over. 3 seconds left on the shot clock. Wheeler with a power shot from a sharp angle just to get a reset. But the ring didn't come out of the crease, so Rage are going to take over. Rage up the boards. Now there's Donhauer grabbing control and sending it in for Sauer. Sauer with the ring in the corner. Sauer looking for an open player, finds one on the other side, couldn't get the shot off immediately, and the ring comes out to the top, and Valencourt with a nifty backhand shot, top corner. Beats Harvey. So a really good pass here from behind the net, right out in front. Harvey was looking behind the net, so wasn't ready for that shot from Valencourt, and Valencourt made no mistake on that.
Yeah, Valencourt snuck in behind the defenders there. Nobody knew she was there.
Yeah.
Makes it count.
That was a really good shot, though, top corner.
Yep. Absolutely.
Now Gillespie sending in Ung, Rachel Ung. There are actually two Ungs on the RATH team, sisters, Rachel and Erin. There's Gillespie now with the ring. Gillespie leaving it for Brown. Ground dropping it for Meyer. Meyer runs into the bit of traffic, has to
Oh,
double pump pass across, and the Rage are able to capitalize. That's Alphen. Alphen sending it out to Galandi, and Galandi's going to fight for it and gain control. Galandi up the left-hand side to Cowley. Cowley's going to slow things down and wait for something to develop here as Galandi misses that one. It was just behind. Galandi running out of time on the shot clock, takes the shot, gets the reset and the rebound. Will stuck in the corner, sends it around, and Klimke there. No RATH player in sight. Klimke able to take advantage of the fresh clock now with 25 seconds. Sauer off the bench. Sauer cutting across to Clappy. Clappy had to cycle back to grab it. Wide open at the side. Good shot. Harvey making the save. And now high toss up to Ung. Makes it over to Will. Will to center ice to Hemstreet. Hemstreet was checked by Sauer. And a pass into the zone. It's a battle for the ring. Ung finds it. Ung up to Hemstreet. Hemstreet with a backhand pass over to Will. Will's just going to send it in deep for Brewster to chase down. She's got to beat Donhauer, and she does. Brewster able to pick it up. 16 seconds on the shot clock. Brewster looking for an opening. Brewster dropping it to Hemstreet. Hemstreet with a shot. That was well over the net. Didn't get the reset, so 2 seconds left on the shot clock. It is a shot clock violation that is now going to go to Ava Lott. Ava Lott drops it to Pegan behind the net. Pegan's going to pass it up to center. Klimke grabbing it, almost took it over the blue line, but was able to pass it to Donhauer at the last second. Now Galandi with it. She knew that Pegan was open.
it's almost like she knew she was going to be there.
Yeah, it looked like either a set play or she saw her before she took the pass. 3 seconds left on the shot clock. The Rage trying to get the shot away, and they can't connect there, so it's going to be a goalie ring for the RATH. All right, so we are at the first intermission of the first quarter here. So pretty intense action going both ways. The RATH able to get on the board first, and Rage able to take two quick ones. And now we're going to go for some replays. So that was the first goal by the RATH, scored by Aaron Ung, number 10. Actually, all three goals are really good top shelf goals. Oh, except the second one was on the ice. It was a 5-hole one here. According to the shot clock, according to the shots, it's 11-6 in favor of the Rage for the first quarter. So that was the on the ice goal by Pegan. All right, so there's the coaches for the Calgary RATH trying to talk them up and settle them down for the second quarter. Talking about what they can do better and how to maintain possession, and the Rage coaches there pumping up their team, trying to keep the momentum and the intensity up.
Yeah, Rage is definitely a lot hungrier than the RATH for the first quarter.
Yeah, I think the Rage, well, the RATH came out, started pretty good, and then the Rage took over and they didn't let up. All right, so Rage starting with the ring. That was Rice dropping it back to Wagner. Wagner now looking to get it in, is intercepted by Anderson. It's a potential chance here for Meyer, but Galandi able to come back and save a breakaway opportunity for the RATH. There's Cowley with it. Cowley over to Pegan. Pegan with a big shot, got the reset, went off of Harvey's shoulder.
Yeah.
So they get a full 30 seconds now. Galandi looking for faking a shot, seeing something open. Galandi, backdoor to Cowley. Kelly couldn't get a stick on it. That was a really good play and a really good opportunity. Galandi backhand shot, side of the net. Rock is battling there, puts the ring into the crease. So Harvey moves it out to Sauvé. Sauvé runs into a wall of Rage players, gets it over to Rock. Rock up to Hazel. Hazel back to Rock, which is dangerous for the Wrath. Sauvé now sees an opening in the far corner. Anderson open with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Anderson looking to find, bump there. Hemstreet knocked off the ring. Rath can't get the shot away, and a shot clock violation is going to end up in Lott's hands. So Ava Lott sending the ring out high toss. Finds Rice. Rice puts it across to Sauer. Sauer up through center ice. And a big battle there by Hemstreet and Will, and a wide open Brown. Gets the ring, tries to settle it down, can't get the shot away, just ran out of room.
Yeah, ran out of real estate there.
Brown finds, Wheeler was checked at the last minute. Nice check by the Rage. As Wheeler was streaking in hot with a good chance. Now the Rage have the ring in their own zone, bouncing it off the boards up to Rice. Rice throwing it across for Oda Florian. Oda Florian trying to find an opening. And there's Cowley. Cowley with the shot. Had not a lot of time on the shot clock, so had to get the ring out. Will initially misses, finds Marlborough now. Marlborough up to Will. Will picking it up. Will a long backhand pass to Ung. Nice stab by Aaron Ung there. Now the Wrath hoping to set up a drop pass to Brewster. That was nowhere near connecting, and Alphen able, I believe, to pick that up. No, Cowley to grab that. And they were going to call a hooking penalty against the Wrath. I didn't see that, but
I'm not sure who that's against.
Hazel.
There we go.
Hazel. Hazel gets a hooking call, which I didn't see. Must have been behind the play. So another power play for the Rocky Mountain Rage. They're going to start in the offensive zone. There's another captain with it. Shot goes into the far corner. Cowley with it now. Cowley to Klimke. And Klimke runs into Meyer. Meyer with a strong check there to turn Klimke away. Klimke's going to set it out all the way high to Cowley. Cowley sees Galandi, but Galandi can't pick it up cleanly. Grabs it off the boards. Running out of time on the shot clock. The shot is off. Harvey gets it and now sends it to Armstrong. Armstrong's going to skate it up to the blue line, finds Sauvé. Sauvé runs into traffic, has to be careful. Gets it across to Marlborough. Marlborough with it now. Gets bumped off the ring, and Klimke, Galandi, 2-on-1 here developing for the Rage. Backhand shot, Harvey streaking across, gets the glove out, and is able to make the save. Great save by Harvey there. And now Marlborough throwing it up. Sauvé able to pick up the Rage pass. Now it's a give and go the other way. Sauvé and Hemstreet looking to get in offensively. 20 seconds on the shot clock as Sauvé waits for somebody to arrive. Finds Rock as the forwards are changing. Rock circles, waits for Wheeler to come in off the bench. It's a long skate from this side of the ice. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Rock tries to get a backhand shot away. Nothing there. And the Rage are going to break out. It's a 2-on-1 here developing. 3-on-2 now. Back to Valencourt. Valencourt sees a lane. Circles around the net now, slowing things down. 11 seconds left on the penalty to Hazel. That was a quick power play. Nice pickup there by Anderson. Anderson saw that the player wasn't close enough to stab that, and unfortunately a giveaway. Oda Florian now, 1-on-1 against Rock. Big shot. Harvey makes the save. And now Harvey's going to throw the ring back to Rock. Rock's going to circle, run into traffic. Giveaway right in front of the net to Oda Florian.
That's very important. You make those stabs crisp, because it gives an opportunity for their team to take possession back.
And now Will Getting it up into Brown. Rath looking really kind of scrambly here. Can't seem to connect on much of anything, and Rage are...
Seems like they're scrambling a little bit. Rage is putting a lot of pressure on them.
Yeah. So back to even strength now, so hopefully see some nifty passes here, but Rage with the ring over to Wagner. Wagner picking it up off the boards. Klimke with a reset shot, gets the shot and the rebound. Will was able to grab the ring, but didn't skate it out very quickly, so the Rage able to check and recover. Now Armstrong grabbing it. Can't hang on. Klimke with a good check to turn it back over. So 30 seconds for the Rage here as RATH continue to struggle in their own zone. Can't seem to get it out. Big shot, and the ref called it a touch off of Harvey. So the Rage will get a reset and an offensive zone ring. So Clappy going to start with it for the Rage. 30 seconds, full 30 seconds on the shot clock. You see the ref counting with their hand up. It's because one of the RATH players went through the crease. And if they touch it within 5 seconds, it'll be a crease violation rule. But if they don't touch it, the 5 seconds is negated. And then now the RATH with the ring lose it again to the intense pressure of the Rage.
Yeah, Rage swarmed like a pile of 3-on-1 there to get the ring back, and it paid off.
Now Rock with it. Rock trying to find an open lane, sees an opening up to Brewster. Brewster has to tap it, drops it for Hazel. Hazel's slow to get up, but she looks okay. Now bank off the boards is going to be checked by Hemstreet. Hemstreet finding it, getting it over to Hazel. Now Hazel with a slow pass up. That's a carryover, I think.
No.
Oh, the ref didn't see it. That was close. Up for Ung. Ung tried to pass it, didn't work out. Wheeler with an interception. Rage had the ring. And now RATH in the offensive zone after a pretty long stretch in the defensive zone. Wheeler looking for an opening, can't find anything. 13 seconds on the shot clock, skates it out of the zone, finds Anderson with it. Anderson takes the shot, gets the reset, and looking for the rebound. Big scrum. Keegan steps on the ring, and the ref is going to call that.
Yeah. Stepping on the ring, it's automatic return of possession. Yeah, Rage out shooting RATH 11-6 here in the second quarter.
That was the first quarter, so they haven't updated it.
Oh, they
yet.
haven't updated that yet.
Yeah, so it's going to be way more now. RATH with the ring, that's Anderson to Sauvé. Sauvé gets it over to Wheeler. Wheeler with the shot. Lot there to make the save, and it's a loose. It falls out, but Lot able to recover it, and it's going to be a 5-second violation. So it's going to go back to RATH. RATH's going to change their forward lineup here. Meyer comes out. Gillespie and Ung to help her. Meyer's going to pass it back to Gillespie. Gillespie in tight for Meyer. Meyer finds Ung. Didn't get the shot away. Now a one-timer attempt, didn't quite stab the ring. Gillespie is going to get a penalty for tripping. And she knows that.
Taking a penalty will take away all momentum.
She skated right to the box as soon as she touched the ring.
Yep. She knew she had it.
All right, so RATH now shorthanded again for another 2 minutes. So Rage doing a really good job putting pressure on, but not taking any penalties. I don't think they've had a penalty yet. Even though they're pushing hard and playing with a lot of intensity. Galandi now with the ring for the Rage. Galandi, RATH have to be careful right now not to take a second penalty. When you have two in the box, it's a serious disadvantage as you can only put two players in the defensive or offensive ringette zones. right now they can still put 3 and 3. So Rage with a bit of a chance there. They get a reset, but can't get the pass here now. Ung with it. Ung finding Armstrong, a tip up for Klimke, almost picked it off. Rage able to grab it, and now Armstrong. Armstrong's going to drop it for Ung. Ung to Meyer. Meyer's going to look at the shot clock, take a shot to get a reset, and Alphen able to grab the rebound and send it out. It's a give and go play. Alphen trying to get it across. Rock able to break that up, but the loose ring is there. And a crease violation against the RATH, as Rage was very close there to getting a breakaway. All right, Sauer starting with the ring. Sauer taking the shot. It's blocked by Hemstreet, and a bit of a scramble there as players fall over each other. Oda Florian able to grab the ring as everybody was battling. Now Sauer with a pass across, tries to hit the center player, but Hemstreet's able to pick that off. Rock bouncing it off the boards to Sauvé, but Sauvé is in double, almost triple coverage with the player in the box. We don't have as many players, or the RATH don't have as many players on the ice. That is the one disadvantage of taking a penalty, is the limited options you have for passing. Looks like Hazel with it now. Hazel passes it back to the goalie. That's a rare play, but Hazel puts it out, Harvey puts it out to Hazel. Hazel finds Sauvé at center ice. Sauvé didn't see the penalty was over. Now she does. Finds Gillespie off the boards. Gillespie's going to drive to the net. Gets checked off the ring. No one to help her there as the RATH were changing. Rage with it. Rage get it up to center ice, and a long backhand pass connects to Klimke. Pegan with the ring. Pegan's going to pass it across to Galandi. Galandi with a nice shot. That was deflected high and over the net by somebody. I didn't see who. The ring ends up on the stick of Galandi. Galandi
scrambling there.
Yeah, it's hugely scrambly.
There's a bunch of sticks there. Nobody can put their can stab that ring.
Yeah. Now Harvey gets it as a shot clock expired. Bouncing it off the boards to Marlborough. Marlborough misses. Galandi's going to take advantage of that for the Rage. Oh, a backdoor pass doesn't quite connect to Klimke. Klimke picks it up off the boards.
Yeah, you got to do better in those situations.
Rice with a shot. Now Marlborough intercepts. Oh, Marlborough has her pocket picked, so that's another dangerous thing in Ringette, is skating it out. Having some player behind you check the ring off your stick. So Harvey with a really good save there as RATH continue to struggle getting it out of their zone. And I'm not sure what the call was here. Maybe a crease violation against the RATH, because Rage is regaining possession here. So I missed exactly what happened, but Rage gets it, and Clappy is with it. Fresh clock, 20 seconds on the shot clock. Clappy trying to break through, passes it over to Valencourt. Valencourt behind the back pass finds Clappy. Clappy gets a shot off, and crease violation against the RATH defender again. So Rage is going to get a reset. Meyer doesn't like the call, or is trying to get a clarification on the call. Rage taking another 30 seconds here. Clappy. I can't see who that is. Fitzpatrick with a backhand shot. Armstrong battling her. Armstrong kicking the ring off the boards, trying to get it, but Rage pressure is too strong. Now Will with it. Will finds Brewster. Brewster to Ung. Ung circles behind the Rage net. 20 seconds on the shot clock for the RATH. 30 seconds left in the first half. Brewster circling around, looking for something. Finds Ung. Ung with a shot. Nice play. Great save by Lott.
Yeah, Lott anticipated that play. Did well. Stayed in position.
Which is really good for Lott. She's been cold for quite a while here. Hasn't seen a shot, so sometimes you lose your focus. But another good save by Lott. She's still as sharp as she was in the first quarter. Rage are just going to hold it to bring the first half to the close, where the players are going to head to the dressing rooms and regroup. So the Rage going to try to keep the momentum up, and the RATH going to try to find a way to boost it. So tune in to the Canadian Ringette Championships. They're super exciting. They happen every year, late March, early April. So this year they're going to be held in Ottawa, Ontario from March 29th to April 4th. So you can catch it on the CBC or Ringette Canada websites. Live streaming of pretty much all of the games at the National Ringette League level. So that was a pretty exciting first half. Shots according to the scoreboard are 20 in favor of the Rage and 10 in favor of the RATH. So Rage outscoring or outshooting the RATH 2-1, and they're also outscoring them 2-1. So I guess that makes sense. And we were going to go to an interview at the corner there, but I don't see any players that were held back, so I'm not sure if they're going to be doing an interview or not. Maybe one of the coaches will come over and talk to the cameraman, but now they're going to flood the ice. It's a 15-minute break, or 14 minutes. So if you need to grab a break or a drink, do that now, and then we'll catch stuff after the Zamboni cleans the ice. All right, we got some replays of the first quarter. A few goals and a lot of good saves. So here's Galandi taking a backhand pass, and then Cowley rips a shot. All right, we did find a player to interview, so it looks like it's going to be number 22 on the RATH, Ava Will. All right. Okay. So we are just going to jump over to an interview with a Calgary RATH player.
Here we have Ava Will from the Calgary RATH. Ava, you're down 2-1 halfway through this game. What are we going to do to get back into this?
I think we definitely know what we need to clean up. We got a couple things, but I think if we just connect a bit more and pick up the intensity a little bit, I think we'll be just fine in the second half.
Because the Rage is excited. They're over there right now, and the coach is saying the same thing. So you yourself, what do you have to do?
I think I need to calm down a little bit, hold my stick a little looser, and just take a second and think a bit more before I...
Good luck in the second half. Thank you.
All right, so interesting thing about the score, we got 2-1 in favor. Oh, we got the board actually reversed. So they say the RATH is ahead of the Rage, but it's the other way around. So we got Rage 2 and the RATH 1 at the half. We're going to go to a commercial break.
They're just superhumans, and they come from a humble background.
Seeing my sisters make big teams, it made me realize even though we're from this little province, you can make your dreams come true if you work hard.
They just love the game so much.
8 seconds remaining. Snowden with a shot.
This past season, the two of them scored 97 and 96 points each. That's in 24 games.
My earliest memory of Ringette is my dad making an outdoor rink in the backyard.
Our older sisters did not go easy on us. There was no mercy in our family.
She knows what I'm capable of. I know what she's capable of.
So they've always been really close. Moncton sisters ready to take on Ringette World.
All right, in.
This is the game we came here to play, guys. They said that if she got another concussion, she'd never be able to play Ringette again. Oh, nice break.
I'm always scared that they don't get hurt.
When we first started the Atlantic Attack, we were at the bottom of the barrel. Now we can actually compete.
People sacrifice a lot for the sport.
I am just realizing now everything that they had to go through in order for us to just play a simple game. I love you!
It's always been about togetherness.
You said it once and you said it before, them Snowdens are not too bad Ringette players.
All very, very good players. All spend a lot of time at the rink. I know that these younger girls have spent a lot of time watching their older sisters play, and it's fun to watch them. They're a very nice family.
All right, welcome back to this arena here in Leduc. We're at the Leduc Recreation Centre, and we have the score at the half. Rocky Mountain Rage 2 versus the Calgary RATH 1.
Yeah, Rage outshot the RATH there, 20 shots to 10.
Yeah, I was saying just before the interview.
Yeah, here we are. Welcome back. We're watching NRL Feature Hub in Edmonton, or I should say Leduc. I'd like to thank the Women's Sports Network, CBC Sports, and Ringette Canada.
And we are going to go for a commercial break. All right, welcome back to the National Ringette League game here in Leduc at the Recreational Centre. Very shortly we're going to be jumping to a flashback segment which shows us the history of this great sport and the origins as they happened in 1979.
Exclusively for girls. Basically, it is played on ice with a ring and a bladeless stick. It was invented in Ontario in the mid-1960s and ever since has been soaring in popularity. Today, there are between 50 and 60,000 girls in Canada who play ringette. and 350 of those gathered here in Winnipeg for the first ever Canadian Championships. 16-year-old Lisa Lowe has been playing ringette for 9 years. She is a center for a team from Ajax, Ontario. Tell me how you got started in ringette 9 years ago.
When I had to go undercover, I was supposed to say I was 8 years old, but I really wasn't, so that's how I started.
And Lisa finished this game with 1 goal and 1 assist. In the second period, Ontario outscored Manitoba 5-3 to win 8-6.
I hope it goes in the history books. I'll probably remember it for the rest of my life. I'll probably tell it to my grandchildren.
It's amazing to see how far ringette's come by watching this video.
Yeah, it is quite a exciting sport and quite exciting to see the development over the years. For me, I find it incredibly inspiring to see these women, these pioneers who started a new sport back in the 60s and were able to keep it going this long and provide such an amazing community for ringette today. So we are going to jump to our last commercial break of the half, and then we're going to get back on the ice with the Wrath and the Rage.
I'd like to welcome back everybody to the RATH Rage game. I'd like to thank everybody who's watching on the All Women Sports Network, CBC Sports, and Ringette Canada.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. We're really excited to bring you this second half here from Leduc Recreation Centre in Alberta. This is a Western hub played in the National Ringette League level, which is the highest level of ringette in Canada. A lot of these hubs take place during tournaments that coincide with younger age group tournaments. So we are at this center and other levels are playing, and it is the wood tournament.
While we wait for the players to get back on the ice and the maintenance crew to finish the ice, I'd like to thank the Government of Canada, Gatorade, Sports Play, Athena Ringette, and all of our team sponsors for their support of ringette and women's sport.
Yeah, so the scoring summary after the first half is the Rocky Mountain Rage are 2 and the Calgary RATH are 1. The shots are 2-1 as well. 20 shots in favor of the Rage and 10 shots in the first half for the RATH.
Yeah, if RATH wants to get back to this game, they're going to have to clean up their play a little bit, I think. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you, and I think they'll have to step it up a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see what the coaches have done in the dressing room to fire up the RATH, and it'll be interesting to see what the Rage coaches have done at the half to keep their team fired up for the remaining 26 minutes of gameplay.
Yeah, so far the Rage is dominating this game, and every faction of the game, they just got the same potential. They might come out with a W at the end of it.
Yeah, I think they are a new team this year, the Rage, so they're still finding their feet. They won against the Manitoba Herd, I believe, earlier in the year in a hub in Manitoba. But definitely hungry for their second win, and it shows tonight as they play almost what you would call their sister team. Rocky Mountain Rage are tentatively formed from Calgary and area, like surrounding area, and Calgary RATH.
I'm sure it'd make them all happy if they could beat the Calgary RATH tonight.
Yeah, for sure.
It'd be a good milestone for the team and the organization.
Yeah, I guess both these teams are, you'd say, Southern Alberta players, so they've played against each other a lot. A lot of the players have played with on the same team in previous years. So there's a lot of familiarity, a lot of friends, and a lot of competition, for sure.
But we still have a lot of ringette to go. A lot of things can happen.
Yeah, we'd like to thank our feature hub host, the Edmonton Wham. They are hosting this hub this weekend. So the RATH is going to be starting with the ring for this third quarter. Looks like Ava Will, who did our halftime interview, is going to be setting things up. Harvey back in net and Lott, so no changes as you wouldn't expect. Both goalies played really well in the first half. So the RATH looking to pass things in the offensive zone. Here's Ung, can't find an opening, takes the shot on net. That was a really smart play. Saw that Brown was cycling and able to grab the rebound cleanly off of Lott. So they got a reset and a rebound there from center. Ung with a drop pass to Hemstreet. Hemstreet finds Ung on the backhand. Ung can't grab it cleanly. Brown comes in to help out. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Brown's going to circle and look for an opening. Can't see anything initially. Now gets it over to Ung at the side of the net. Ung tries to get it off the goalie, but it does not. And so what happened here is one of the Rage defenders had skated through the crease, and the ref was doing a delayed 5-second count. And the Rage touched the ring before that 5-second count had expired, so it's a turnover that goes back to the RATH with a fresh shot clock. Brewster now starts with the ring, sees an opening, takes the shot. Ava Lott able to cover up. And another crease violation against the Rage. The rule is if it's not just the crease on the ice, it's an invisible plane that extends from that blue line on the ice straight up in the air. So even if a stick crosses that plane and the ref feels that a player crossed into that zone, then it's a crease violation. So Gillespie now with the ring, passes it in tight for Brewster. Brewster able to grab the pass but can't get a shot away. Brewster circles back, takes the ring behind the net, finds Sauvé. Sauvé can't quite take it cleanly. Gillespie has an open net. Lott is out, but Gillespie is behind and can't find a way to get the shot on. And they're going to call a penalty against the Rage. 2 minutes for tripping. So I believe that's the first penalty of the game for the Rage. RATH is going to go on their first power play.
I think you're right. Feels like a long time ago, but no, I think this is Rage's first penalty.
Yeah, I think there were 3 penalties against RATH in the first half, but no penalties against the Rage. So it's going to be a defensive zone ring. So RATH had done something there. They either skated through the crease or the shot clock or something happened that caused the turnover. Normally when you get a penalty, it goes to the other team. The team that doesn't get the penalty, but in this case there was an infraction. I didn't actually see what the infraction was, but Rage is going to get a defensive zone ring even though they're shorthanded. So number 3 got the penalty for the Rage. That is Valencourt. And now Anderson with it. Anderson sees Meyer wide open. Meyer with a great shot. Lott makes the save. And the rebound comes out to Alfin for the Rage. Alfin circling around looking for an opening. And a long lead pass up to center ice. Rage in control here. Fitzpatrick with it now. Fitzpatrick is going to get a one-on-one. Circles back, drops it to Cowley. Cowley takes a shot. Misses the net, no reset. So Ung is going to grab it. That's Aaron Ung. Long pass across the ice to Hazel. Hazel's going to look for Anderson, but that's out of her reach. Right
pass
to
is
Dick.
too far ahead. Anderson couldn't catch up to it.
Yeah, so the RATH continuing their theme of not being able to connect cleanly. Hemstreet with the ring at center ice. Hemstreet looking for an opening, can't find anybody. Circles back, and now Marlborough goes in. Marlborough drop pass to Hemstreet. Hemstreet's going to slow things down, wait for reinforcements. Gillespie here. Gillespie through the triangle, can't break through. Now over to Brown. Brown with the ring, over to Hemstreet. Shot clock is about to expire. 3 seconds left. They get the shot away.
Oh, I thought I guess they missed that.
And I thought Evelot got a piece of that. Like, it looked like it deflected.
Must have bounced off a defender.
Yeah, I guess it must have. So the shot clock did expire. The ring goes to the Lott, and Lott drops it right to Gillespie. Didn't see Gillespie was ahead of the defender. Gillespie through and backhand over the shoulder. Wow, what a goal there. As Gillespie able to dance through the defenders and beat Lott. So a really great effort by Gillespie. First to take the goalie pass and then to see the lane open up there right between the two defenders. Somehow snuck through.
Yeah, froze the defenders, and she was on a mission there.
Backhand shot, lifted it up high, top shelf. So we're tied at 2 here. And the exciting thing about Ringette, anything can happen. They can score 3 quick goals either way. So no room here now as Oda Florian drops it to Clappy. Clappy skated out of the Ringette zone, and that should be both sides against Rice. So she touched it on both sides of the blue line, and the ref blows that down. So it is going to be a RATH ring at center ice. Looks like Hazel's going to take the free ring, talking things over with her defensive partner. Now Sauvé puts it across to Hazel. Hazel on the move. Hazel skates out of the zone, can't find an opening, puts it into the corner for Anderson. Anderson's gonna set things up now, finds Sauvé in close. Good save by Lott. Meyer picking up the rebound. Lott had to be quick there and managed to get a piece of it. Sauvé now skating through, looking for an opening, can't find anything. Good pressure here by the Rage defenders, keeping the RATH players out. Big shot from Anderson, just missed in the top corner. Sauvé to Anderson, the one-timer, and she doesn't miss this time. So got her bearings on that first shot and set the one-timer into the top corner over the shoulder of Lott. That was a good read by Sauvé to see that Anderson was open on the far side, and Lott just couldn't get across in time. And Anderson made a great shot to bury the ring in the back of the net, and well, the tables have turned. So RATH are up by 1.
Yeah, they're come out with a little more zest. I wonder what was said in the dressing room in halftime.
Yeah, I should have got us commentators in there. It feels late for us too.
Still lots of time left.
Yeah, tons of time in Ringette. There's still a whole nother quarter. So great shot there by the Rage. Rebound comes out. Hemstreet trying to get it. She's checked and it's still loose. Klimke able to rein it in. So the Rage starting over with 30 seconds. Bouncing it off the boards, and Hemstreet again able to intercept. Hemstreet behind the back pass to Marlborough. Marlborough giving it to Hemstreet. Hemstreet across the ice. Dangerous play, but Brown able to pick it off before the defenders intercepted. Brown now dropping it to Brewster. Brewster's gonna wait for the forwards. It looked like RATH was in the midst of a change here as they entered the zone. Gillespie back to Brewster, has a lane, takes a shot. Backhand and up over the shoulder of Lott. So 2 goals in the exact same spot as Lott came across. That was a really good pass. Brewster with a really good pickup and just lifting it on the backhand over the shoulder.
Pops a water bottle there. Not too many goalies can stop those. It was a nice shot.
Well, RATH now finding their stride here as they pick up the loose ring, 4-2 in favor of the RATH. Sauvé with it now, dropping it to Gillespie in the offensive zone again. Gillespie seeing an opening on the far side, took a shot, didn't get a piece of anything. Now Sauvé with it. Sauvé has to hang on as changes are being made. Meyer looking speedy off the bench, tries to get through traffic, doesn't get there. I thought that was going to be a shot clock violation, but it just changed possession just as the shot clock expired. So the Rage get it out to center ice. Sauer can't grab it. Valencourt comes in to help out. Now Armstrong intercepts it. Over to Will. Will picks it up off the boards, and she's a defensive player, so she races out of the offensive zone. Now Hemstreet with it. Hemstreet seeing something, takes the shot, misses on the far side, no reset. Brown picks up the rebound off the boards. Brown takes the shot. Didn't get through, good block there by number 8, Rice. And there's a bit of a question here on the ice. Who gets the ring? As the RATH player said.
Well, I think number 8 for RATH hit the goaltender there. I mean, maybe it looked like the other ref thought it hit the defender instead.
Okay, yeah, I'm not sure exactly, but the RATH are going to get it back. So I guess they say they got the shot off, and it came out of the crease before the shot clock expired, or just as it expired. So Hemstreet to Gillespie over to, in tight. Nice play. Gillespie was checked. Good defensive play there by Fitzpatrick to keep the stick out of the ring for the RATH. Now Pegan with it. So something about this side of the ice. The Rage are having a hard time getting out of their zone on this side now.
Yeah, good point.
All right, Pegan into the corner. It's contested as the ring comes up and still battled. Brown fighting Galandi, and shot clock violation. Wow, that was 30 seconds. I didn't realize that the shot clock was already about to expire. Armstrong runs into a wall of players, gets it across to Rock. Rock finds Brewster. Brewster over to Armstrong now. Armstrong to Anderson. So RATH drop pass to Sauvé. Sauvé to Brewster. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Not a lot of time. RATH take the shot. The rebound comes out. Brewster able to recover. Brewster back up to Anderson. So 30 seconds on the shot clock. In tight for Sauvé. Sauvé turns. Sauvé sees Brewster. Brewster to Anderson. Anderson over to Sauvé. And a pass across. Misses. Wheeler tried to wait for a player to exit. You're only allowed 3 in the Ringette zone. But Wheeler went in before the other RATH player came out of the zone, so it's a 4-in call. So it's going to be a Rage ring at center ice with 4:44 left in the third quarter. Dick is starting with the ring for the Rage. She sends it out over to Donhauer. Donhauer sends it into the corner, and a battle there for the ring. Valencourt able to come away with it. Drop pass here. Valencourt in tight, and a good check there by Wheeler. Knock her stick off. No reset if you don't take possession of the ring. Hard shot, and looks like Harvey got a piece of it, bounced off the goaltender and able to grab the rebound. So good effort there by Clappy to power the ring through the triangle and get a reset. Wheeler able to recover now, sending it around the boards for Hazel. She's in trouble though. Hazel back to Wheeler behind the net. Wheeler skates it to Brown. Brown is checked hard, but finds Hazel. Hazel with a shot. Great save by Lott. That was a good transition by the RATH and a great save by Lott to keep it within 2. Ung drops it for Hemstreet. Hemstreet taking the ring behind the Rage net. Hemstreet breaks through the triangle, takes the shot. Lott with a great kick save. Hangs on. No rebound, so That's going to be picked up by Marlborough at center ice. Marlborough is checked hard, able to turn and get loose. Marlborough backhand pass over to Hemstreet. Hemstreet trying to settle things down a little bit here with 20 seconds on the shot clock. 3:10 left in the third quarter. Not a lot of whistles here. There's a one penalty and a couple of shot clock violations, but otherwise it's been fast and furious. Brewster now with the ring. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Gets it over to Sauvé. Sauvé can't grab it cleanly, and it's going to be a Rage ring. Lott takes over, sends the ring behind the net for Pegan. Pegan bouncing it off the boards up to Klimke, but she is outgunned by Marlborough. Marlborough getting it in for Brewster, so Brewster didn't see that the Rage or the Wrath were changing. Her teammates were nowhere to be found. Anderson racing off the bench is able to recover. And now Brewster is going to slow things down with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Brewster dropping it to Ung. Ung had a good check. Donhauer made a good check on Ung. Ung took the shot as the shot clock expired. Didn't get a rebound. Good save by Lott. And now a loose ring is picked up by Rice off the boards. Rice back to Dick. Dick off the boards to Wagner. Wagner seeing Sauer open. On the boards, Meyer comes in to help. Sauer was checked, and now a good stab by Ung at center ice. Drop pass, nifty play by Meyer and Ung to transition that into the offensive zone so quickly. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Meyer's going to wait for something to develop. It takes the shot, trying to get a rebound. Althen picks it up. Althen has to turn back. Lots of Wrath players in the way. Can't find a lane to get out. Good skating there by Althen. And into center ice is picked up by the Wrath player Gillespie. Gillespie sending it across to Armstrong. Armstrong makes a spinorama move and finds Hemstreet open in the offensive zone. So 1:11 left in the third quarter. Brown with a shot. That was high and away. They gave a reset though, so it must have gone off the helmet of the goaltender. Hemstreet with a big shot. Misses now a loose ring behind the net. Good check there by Brown, I believe. She turned it over. The defender had the ring, but Brown able to turn it over. Pass across to Anderson. Anderson with a bomb. Didn't miss the net. No reset. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Anderson now sees Sauvé back door. Sauvé can't find it, but now she's got a lane open. Takes the shot, far side, and a crease violation. Sauvé against Sauvé, so that wouldn't have counted even if she did score. Lott with the ring. Lott might be getting a little frustrated here as she's seen a lot of action in the last 10 minutes in her zone. Now Hazel with the turnover. Drop pass to Brewster. Brewster with a long pass back to Hazel. Hazel can't find it in her skates. Now she gets it. Is pushed off the ring. 5 seconds left in the quarter, and Harvey's going to stick it as the clock expires. That was a good quarter by the Wrath. They came out firing.
Yeah. I was saying that whole quarter's all Wrath. So Rage is going to have to go back and redraw the drawing board and see what they can do to get back into this again.
Yeah, they had the momentum and they were thinking it was going to stay the same, and the Wrath kicked it up. So a few of the replays here. Anderson over to Meyer. Good save by Lott.
Lott's been playing well. She's made a lot of key saves.
Yeah, she's made a really... That was Gillespie's dancing goal. That was a great effort by Gillespie just to take that ring from start to finish. Anderson with a beautiful one-timer. And Gillespie with a pass to Brewster, and she had a great backhand shot. All right, so we're going to take a look at what the coaches are saying. Wrath want to keep it going. Definitely like the momentum. I imagine the coaches are trying to encourage that level of play for the last 13 minutes of the game. And the Rage coaches are saying, let's find what we had in the first half and get that going for the fourth quarter. According to the scoreboard, the shots were 20-10 at the half. and they are now 24-21 in favor of the RATH. So the RATH able to come up with 14 shots in that quarter while holding the Rage to just 1 shot on net. So a pretty dominating performance by the RATH in that quarter. And the scoreboard is 4-2. It's like Madison Fitzpatrick is going to be starting with the ring for the Rage. Passes it out to Alphen. Alphen banking it off the boards. Brown able to read that. Now Ung over to Brown. And the RATH are back in the offensive zone. And there was a bit of bump there as Ung got knocked over. Fitzpatrick and Ung collided, and Ung slid through the crease, so it was a crease violation. Could have been a penalty, but I guess wasn't hard enough contact. And now Sauer with a big check. RATH holding on to the ring here at center ice, waiting for something obvious to develop. Don't want to force anything. Brown now over to Ung. Ung, 13 seconds on the shot clock.
RATH are making changes right now.
Yeah, they're going to keep shifts short for this fourth quarter, not let fatigue creep in as much as possible. Backhand shot off the post. Crossbar, I think. Sauvé saw something and got a wicked backhand off. They got the reset too.
Definitely hit iron.
So Gillespie now at the ring, sees Sauvé open over to Brewster. Brewster's open, takes the shot. Great save by Lott. Ring ends up in the corner. Fitzpatrick there to pick it up. And Fitzpatrick able to get it up to Klimke through center. And Klimke can't find an open player in the offensive zone. RATH are moving it quick and hard here. Brewster right back to Sauvé, and the RATH are on the offense again. Sauvé
couldn't hold on to it there.
Yeah, she has lots of pressure, but the Rage give it right back. Rage in for Sauvé. Sauvé open in the offensive zone. Now Meyer with it. Meyer trying to settle things down. Use up their shot clock as much as possible. A deflected ring ends up on the stick of Valencourt. Kind of a loose pass there. Didn't get across cleanly, and the Rage are right into the offensive zone. Armstrong with a good channeling onto the boards. Valencourt with the ring now for the Rage. Trying to find something, getting a shot away. Harvey able to save that easily. Harvey can't find an opening, drops it right behind the crease for Rock to come and get, and Rock has to turn on the juice to beat the two at four checkers. Oda Florian and Valencourt are putting pressure on the defenders here. And now they get it out to Anderson at center ice. RATH still with it, banking it off the boards. That's going to be intercepted. And Anderson comes in to help out. Anderson able to recover with only 3 seconds on the shot clock. Big shot, it's on net, and they're able to grab the rebound. Good save by Lott. But the rebound bounced out of the crease, and Ung was able to pick it up, I believe. Now Hemstreet with the ring. 20 seconds left on the shot clock as she circles the net, and changes are happening for the RATH. Chance through the crease there. I didn't see exactly what happened, but Rice comes away with it for the Rage. She's going to bank it off the boards to Hazel. Hazel kind of dodged the body before she had the ring, and it ends up as a contested ring that goes towards the RATH, and the Rage are not happy with that decision. .9:34 left in the fourth quarter. Been pretty even so far to start. Both teams wanting this pretty badly. Brown drop pass to Wheeler. Wheeler double pumps it and finds Hazel open on the side. Hazel couldn't handle the bouncing ring initially, but is able to settle it down and get the pass over to Gillespie. Gillespie trying to make the move again, gets through, but upended at the last minute. Good defensive play by the Rage there to prevent a clean shot from happening. But now the Rage are kind of stuck in their own zone. That's Dick with the ring. Gets it out to Donhauer now at center ice. Donhauer in for Pegan. Pegan has a lane. Oh, wide open. Great
Nice
play there. That was a set play to Galandi. Galandi was wide open, and Pegan saw that was wide open.
Yeah, you can't leave number 7 alone by herself.
Yeah, that was a beautiful play. Pegan saw Galandi. They've played together for years on the Zone 2 team, so they are very familiar with their play. And the RATH are now only a goal ahead, 4-3. So Will sees an opening in deep, puts it off the boards to Anderson. Anderson has to be careful as Alphen was right there laying the check. 10 seconds on the shot clock, 8:29 left in the fourth quarter. Drop to Sauvé. Sauvé over to Anderson, trying the same play, backdoor, and doesn't work out as Sauer finds the ring. Sauer now circling behind the Rage net, looking for an opening at center ice. Sauvé is gonna draw a penalty there as she got her leg out and tripped up Sauer.
Almost looks like that was in slow motion.
Yeah, it was kind of a slow play, but you're not allowed to stick your leg out or hip. So there's Sauer with it, and Sauvé kind of got the legs in the way of Sauer's progress. So they're going to call that pretty much all the time. So Pegan with the ring. Rage with a bit of momentum after that last goal, and now a power play looking to turn things around and tie things up here.
Yeah,
halfway through the fourth quarter. Oh, a big shot. Harvey got a piece of it. Rock.
Great time to try to tie this game back up again.
Rock got to the ring first, but one of the defenders had skated through the crease for the RATH, so it was a delayed 5-second. All right, Cowley sees an opening, gets the shot off. Rebound comes right to Armstrong. Armstrong can't find anybody open. He's going to take the ring all the way back behind her net. Runs into two players, just decides to go right through them. And a pass up to Hemstreet. Hemstreet falls over. Pegan there to pick up the loose ring. Almost skates it over the blue line, but is able to hang on. Now Rage are right back in the offensive zone. RATH looking a little bit on their heels here. Big shot. Harvey makes the save and throws the ring out to Armstrong. Armstrong trying to go through traffic again. Gets it over to Rock. Rock gets it over the blue line, but can't hang on as Sauer retrieves it and passes it over. So a contested ring there. Rock putting a big check on Rice as they get into the zone. Ung with it, so really battling for the ring. Both teams here really wanting this ring. Wicked stab by Aaron Ung. That was quick. And Hemstreet zigged when Ung thought they were going to zag, so didn't connect.
Hemstreet was looking over her left shoulder and ring over to her right shoulder.
Rage now with it. Clappy almost connects, and Pegan falls over. RATH are going to get a 2-on-1 here developing. There's Brewster. Brewster and Brown. Brewster over to Brown. Oh, what an interception. Great defensive play by Pegan. Racing back to cut that play off. And now
that was a great play, and here we go.
Oda Florian gets a breakaway. Oda Florian with a shot. Harvey with a save. End-to-end action here. Both teams just scrambling and trying to gain possession and control, and it's just going back and forth. Pegan trying to go through the check, and that's right. Oh, I didn't see who got that. Hazel with a bit of a shove from behind there, no call. Shot misses on the far side. 2 seconds left on the shot clock. Galandi.
Exciting game though. I hope everybody at home is enjoying this.
Yeah, it is intense here. As the RATH trying to settle things down. Marlborough triple pumps it and has to be careful now. She didn't get her pocket picked. Manages to get it out. Sauvé, penalty is over. Sauvé's out of the box. So back to even strength now with 5:21 left in the fourth quarter. Rage feeling a bit of something here with the momentum, and stepping on the ring is number 13 Wagner, no, Donhauer. So it's going to be a RATH ring in the offensive zone with 30 seconds on the clock and 5:14 left in the game. Gillespie over to Meyer. Meyer skates into Sauer, drops it for Gillespie, and Sauer with a nifty play to bump and grab the ring. Sauer in control now, looking for an opening at center ice, finds Valencourt. Valencourt with the ring, puts it into the offensive zone. Ung battling there on the knees is the Rage player. I didn't see what number that is, and the cross ice pass is just going to get onto the line for Marlborough. Marlborough gets hammered into the boards. And
these Rage players will be on you if you don't move that ring fast enough.
It's getting physical out there. Getting pretty physical here for both teams. So you can see Marlborough there and just a shove here at the end. No call though. Ref said it was clean. You are allowed to use your body in ringette, but you're not allowed to kind of hit. Rage in control now. Galandi with the ring. Galandi looking for an opening, can't see anything. Galandi circles back to the top, tries to get it over. Ring bounces off of Armstrong's skate. Now Will gets it. Will can't get through traffic. Will gets upended and loses the ring. That was some good pressure by Galandi to turn it over. Out in front, and the ring comes out to Ung. Ung finds Anderson. Anderson over to Ung. 2-on-1. Ung with the shot. And they get the reset, and they'll slow things down here in the offensive zone with 30-34 left in the fourth quarter. Anderson with a long pass over to Brewster. Brewster circling now behind the net. Brown off the bench. She's coming into the offensive zone. Takes the ring. 7 seconds on the shot clock. RATH have to do something quickly here. Over for Brewster. Brewster can't stab it cleanly. And that'll be a shot clock violation. So Rage is going to be hard pressing here to even things up. And what was the call there? It's a defensive zone ring, so I'm not exactly sure what happened. All right, so it's going to be a Rage ring in their own zone. And the ref is talking to the scorekeeper now. They increased the time. So maybe what happened is the clock wasn't running. So the ref noticed that the clock didn't get turned on at the end of that last play. Rock now, quick over to Hazel. Hazel up through center ice to Rock. Finds Brewster. RATH would desperately like a goal here to take a 2-goal advantage into the final 2 minutes, but Wheeler now with it at center ice. Can't find an opening and ends up giving it right to Pegan. Pegan circles with it behind the net. A long pass up, and that's going to be a bump from behind. Nope, no penalty. So the refs are kind of letting these players play. High level of intensity. Brown now with it, can't find an opening. Now she gets it back into her own zone for Brewster. Brewster all the way up the boards to Brown. Brown is going to see Sauvé open on the side. So the Rage are really pushing hard here to try to get possession of the ring and get an offensive zone chance. The RATH are trying to hang on here, possibly get a goal or just keep the ring out of their own zone. Now a turnover. Donhauer sends the ring up the left-hand side to number 9. Is that Dick? Dick puts it up to Klimke. Klimke runs into traffic, has to get rid of it quickly, and Meyer's going to find it first. Quick out to Ung, who wasn't looking and has to put it back in her own zone to Will. Will quickly gets it up to Meyer, so smart, quick play. Gillespie into the corner. She is checked immediately by Pegan and has to battle, and Pegan comes away with it. So Pegan super strong in the defensive zone, really pushing hard for the Rage here to finish this quarter.
Rage has the goalie pulled right now.
So they are going to go 4 in the offensive zone. Valencourt fakes the shot. 1 minute left in the game. Rage trying to tie things up here. Sauer, Clappy. Rock gets control. Rock finds Ung. Ung is going to give it away. Didn't see that nobody was there. And that was a golden opportunity for the Wrath to kind of hold on to things.
Oh, it looks like we got a penalty coming up.
They're going to call a high sticking penalty against who?
Yeah, Wrath, Chemistry. 43 seconds left. That's
that is a very untimely penalty. Pretty uncommon too, actually, high sticking. So she must have got her stick up into the mask or something. I didn't see.
No, I couldn't tell.
But now Rage with a golden opportunity to tie things up in the last 40 seconds of this game here.
Goalie's pulled for Rage.
Yeah, so 4 in. Cowley back to Galandi. Galandi out in front for, great chance for Rice. Rice got the shot away and didn't make it to the net. Pegan with it now. Pegan to Cowley. Over to Rice. 17 seconds. 2-1. Shot clock is about to expire, and the shot clock expired. So it's going to be a goaltender ring with 12 seconds left. The Wrath have to maintain control here. And, a bouncing ring. Harvey threw it out. Usually the goalie tries to throw it as a saucer, and she kind of
missed what that whistle was for.
I think the clock didn't start again. So they blew the whistle, and I'm not sure if the scorekeeper can't hear or what. But so the clock wasn't running, so they're giving it now to the Wrath, and the Rage are going to call a timeout. So they're going to try to discuss things, how to get possession and a goal in 12 seconds. So they're going to put 2 players on the ring carrier immediately and really try to turn over that ring and get a scoring opportunity. So 12.2 seconds left in the game. It's been an intense fourth quarter. Only the 1 goal by the Rage to get within 1. So the Rage have 5 players on the ice. That's kind of interesting. I might almost would have thought they might send out 6. Oh, no, now they have 6. So they're not going to put the goalie back on the ice regardless. So Wheeler is just going to shoot it down the ice and go for the net, and she scores! Wheeler with a bomb from the defensive zone circle. I have never seen that in 10 years of Ringette. Scores on the open net. So Wheeler with the power just waits, looks for a pass, doesn't find it, and is able to score from 100 feet, or not sure how big this rink is, but that is an impressive accomplishment, as the ring is quite heavy and hard to get that far, and especially hard to get that far with accuracy. So Wrath able to close this one out. Very close game, 5-3 with an empty net goal at the very end. And both teams should be pretty happy with that performance, as they played amazingly well. Very exciting game. Hope you all enjoyed it as much as I did here up in the booth. And I believe Rage has another game tomorrow. Can't remember who they play, but the Wrath is done for this weekend. Their next game will be at the subsequent hub in Cochrane, which is in a week or 2 weeks. So your final is 5 for the Calgary Wrath to 3 for the Rocky Mountain Rage. And we are about to bring you some of the exciting replays of this last second half. That was a goal by Aaron Ung. There's Cowley with a good shot and Harvey with a great save. Armstrong, defensive player, getting a shot in the offensive zone, which is good to see. Sauer there, good chance. There's Cowley. Great goal there by Pegan. No, so we got an interview coming up with Regan Meyer of the Calgary RATH.
Here I have.
So it's number 12.
Here I have Regan Meyer here.
Maybe.
So Regan, what was said in halftime?
We just really said we're going to focus on three things. We're going to focus on support, we're going to focus on winning the 50-50 rings, and then we were going to just focus on our speed and our composure, which I really think made a difference.
So Rage is slowly becoming a rivalry, crosstown rivalry, so we can't take him lightly anymore. So the next time we play him, what are we going to do?
I think that just like the Calgary area has so many strong athletes, and we're just excited to have this new team and be developing the NRL. We're just going to do the same thing, playing our game with confidence. I think you saw that switch after halftime. We were playing with confidence, we were winning the 50-50 rings, and we were just doing the small things right, which made a difference.
So you have another hub coming up on December 13th in Cochrane. So what do you feel you have to work on before that hub?
I think we're just still building, our systems and the little things. Nationals is a ways away, and so I always say you can't win Nationals in December. So we're going to do those little things and just build energy and just connections within our team as well.
Thanks very much, Reagan. Have a good night. Yeah, good game.
All right, so we're here at Leduc Ringette Centre. Want to thank all the viewers tuning in to the All Women's Sports Network, CBC Sports YouTube, and Ringette Canada YouTube. Your final score for tonight is Calgary RATH 5 and the Rocky Mountain Rage 3. As I mentioned, the Rage will be playing again tomorrow against another team. I can't recall who it is, but we will hopefully be tuning into that.